and I just get to sit back, relax, and watch them do their thing and see how they work. It's been great so far all year.
What do you see as your role in bringing pitchers like Grayson, DL, the whole staff really, to the next level?
It's just really seeing what the coaches see, what the analytics team, and what they themselves want. And, my job is just help them out the best that I know how, and that the coaches want me to do and how they want me to do. So I'm just kind of along for the ride and trying to help them out as best I can. But they really know what they're doing, and the coaching staff and everyone, we have a lot of trust here, so it makes everything easier.
Conversely, how does catching them help your development?
They're all different pitchers, so I get a lot of different angles, a lot of different pitch types, sequencing, and so for me it just covers all angles, and I'm able to work and get better every single day.
How much do you know about the gas can extravaganza happening tonight?
Not a whole lot. I just saw a couple things on social media about it, and that's about it.
Adley, talk to us about if someone's out one night, they're happy for the guy that replaced them if he has a big night because it leads to a team win. Mm-hmm. You can't put a stat on that, whatever that is. How big a part of your success, the team's success, is that?
Yeah, that's just a big character thing, and I think that comes with the people that you have. That's something you can't really coach. It's just something that has been established from day one, and we have a great group of guys, and that's really what it shows. So to be around that just makes everything more fun, and it's a real blessing to be a part of a group atmosphere like that.
Do you on your off days and stuff, do you watch the Orioles games?
We're pretty busy for the most part, but as best we can, we throw on the games in the locker room and when they're playing, so we're able to see as much as we can. But it's just one of those things that we're staying focused, but we try and watch as much as we can.
When you watch, do you say in a year, the end of this year, I'm going to be there?
As far as my timeline goes and whatnot, I don't really know. I'm just about trying to get better every day.
Subject of off days, kind of as an aside, how are you liking this 6 days series, one off day every week schedule instead of the typical minor league schedule where the off days were kind of few and far between?
From my limited experience of short season ball, I didn't get a lot of opportunity to experience that full schedule for 140 games. But so far I've liked it, and from what I've heard, I know a lot of guys have appreciated it so far.
Heard about the strike zone score and the kind of analytics behind there and grading you guys basically on swinging at pitches in the strike zone. How much do you pride yourself on your plate discipline and your eye at the plate?
It's a big part of what we do. Because we want to obviously give ourselves the best chance to hit and do damage, and controlling the strike zone is a big part of that, so we take a lot of pride in that.
Is it hard to drill yourself into the idea of process over results? If you learn that you have a good swing score on a pitch but it was still an out or double play or something, can you take solace in the fact that it was still a good swing decision regardless?
Yeah, it's one of those things that you have to reinforce, because as baseball players, I think we get in the habit of becoming result-oriented and just trying to bump your average and whatnot. So having that in the back of your head, and also having a staff that really supports those ideas, really makes it a lot easier for guys to embody that and to be more process-oriented.
How closely does that mirror the thought process at Oregon State?
A lot. Oregon State was big on the process, and that's kind of where it started, and just the concept of mindset and attitude as the main focus. So it really makes it easier coming into this and with the new things that we're teaching over here.
Speaking of Oregon State, your buddy Cadyn, that has obviously really taken off here. What do you think has been behind some things for him?
Again, I think he's all about the process and trying to make himself better, and the results weren't coming at the start, but he's stuck with it, and he's crushing it right now, so it's awesome to see him really enjoying himself right now.
You mentioned the short experience in 2019, and last year was last year. You were here, valuable camp time, but what did you need to kind of learn about yourself this season after having the downtime and the time away that you have learned?
Yeah, I mean, it's just trying to go day to day and through the long haul of the 120 games or whatnot that we have. Just being able to show up every day and play and see a new arm every single day and just try and get ready. So that's kind of been the biggest thing, and also understanding that there are a lot of games, and so taking more of a mindset of the process makes it a little bit easier because you have so many ABs and you know that you're going to get another chance. So.
Are you? I feel like it's like 5 end of series Sunday games in a row. You've hit a home run. Are you learning how teams are pitching you and reacting to that over these long series? Is that too much reading into it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe a little bit. It's just, I don't know if it's coincidence or whatnot, but I think for me, just getting accustomed to what's going on and getting used to the pitching and the field and the setting. I really don't know. It just kind of happens, I guess.
I know, it's a dumb question.
No, it's okay. My mom asked me the same thing.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
In the big leagues right now, we do see catchers on most of the teams occasionally using the one-knee technique or whatever they call it. How are the Orioles on the farm? Do they ask you to look at it? Do you have any interest in it? Have you done it?
I think the Orioles are big on doing what maximizes your potential, and so they'll play around with a lot of different things, and I don't think they're closed-minded to any sort of catching, and so there are some guys that do it in our organization, and there are some guys who don't, and it's just kind of figuring out what works best for you.
How about you?
For me, I'm mostly 2 feet. I won't do too much one knee, but maybe occasionally.
This season, you've already gotten to catch Paul, Bradish, Smith, now Rodriguez. Do you sometimes shake your head and think, wow, this is an incredibly talented staff I get to catch?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are definitely times where you have to take a step back and kind of have that perspective and realize, wow, this is a cool thing that we got going on right here, and just try to enjoy every single second of it. So, yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite part about going to the ballpark every day?
I think it's being around the guys. With the group that we have, it makes it fun coming to the ballpark every day, and that's what makes up the majority of your time is being around the guys. So when you have a good group like this, you get excited to come.
You had relationships over a long period of time with the guys at Oregon State. How have you found restarting that with a new group of guys in terms of getting to know them and, growing into your role?
Yeah, I feel like that's always the toughest part, is coming into a new group of people and trying to make friends and whatnot, and that's always going to be that way. But with this team and just having gone through 2 spring trainings now and meeting so many of the guys in the organization, it seems like now that no matter where you're at, you're going to know people. And especially with this group, I felt like we've gotten pretty close over the last 2 months or so, including spring training. So it's been good.
You got to catch Grayson a little bit at Delmarva, at the alternate site here last year, and now back here. How is he different from when you first saw him when he was at Delmarva?
I think he's matured a lot, both as a person and as a pitcher. You can just see it in the way he carries himself, and in the few times he makes mistakes, the way he bounces back from that, the way he's able to regroup himself, and also just the way he goes about learning and continually trying to get better. He's just much more refined in his process and the way he goes about stuff. So it's fun. It's cool to see him grow and to become the person he is now.
Some games at first base, obviously. How comfortable have you felt in that position?
The more games you get, the more comfortable it feels. So definitely been feeling better as we've been going along.